Coming to you this day from the third floor of the Rhode Island State House in a segment we simply call Capitol Spotlight. Essentially, we put the spotlight on a member of the General Assembly and discuss some of the things they've been working on and how it might impact you, the Rhode Island citizen. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome a gentleman that we've had the good fortune of interviewing many times before, the Honorable State Representative Bob Phillips. Representative, it's great to see you.
Thanks for having me here, Dave. Nice seeing you, too.
You know, obviously, as we move through 2013, the economy's a big issue. People want to grow jobs. They want to grow our economy. What are we doing, or what aren't we doing, to make Rhode Island more competitive?
Obviously, we're not doing a lot of things since we end up being 50th out of 50 states with on the different reports that are being put out. One of the things that we do is we're not being competitive with our nearby states, both Massachusetts and Connecticut. So we need to look at that and say, how can we be more competitive, if not give ourselves a competitive advantage against these states?
Well, again, you mentioned that unemployment is very, very high. Are we moving in the right direction? What can we do to maybe improve that?
Hopefully this year, with the economic summits on both the House and the Senate side, and the governor's saying that he wants to work on the economy, we have a lot of people coming in to let us know from the economic summits what's going on. And there's a lot of bills being put in to improve the economic climate of Rhode Island.
Your particular community is hard hit.
Correct.
Tell us about the work you're doing with the Budget Commission respective to your particular community.
Well, as you know, that Woonsocket is one of the two communities right now that is under Budget Commission control, and they have a lot of state employees coming down to help the communities, not only Woonsocket but East Providence. They came in and helped Central Falls, and we found out afterwards that the state is sending a bill to those communities to pay for those employees. Now, if a community is in that distressed condition and that they have a budget commission in place already, why are we burdening them with the additional funds that we have to expend? East Providence, as an example, was just given a bill of approximately $250,000 to pay for the employees. Now, if they're in that dire straits, how can they afford to pay for that?
If you had your druthers, if you could wave a magic wand, what would you do?
I would have us do a lot of marketing in the state to advertise that, yes, the state of Rhode Island is open for business. We want businesses in here. We are changing our minds, and we want to have a lot of companies coming in here, which will reduce the unemployment rate, and maybe have a few of the companies that have gone overseas from the state of Rhode Island, i.e. AT Cross, have them bring them back and see if we can get them going.
You know, the role I've always thought of a governor is to be a salesman, to pitch our state to the nation. We have a lot to offer here, and I sometimes feel that we're our own worst enemy. We're often not that good of a salesman.
Well, that's true, and we should be selling a lot of the things that we have, a lot of the advantages that we have. In my opinion, we have the best beaches in the East Coast, barring none. Massachusetts claims Cape Cod is the best, but you know what? I'll put Narragansett, Westerly up against them any day of the week.
Not only that, we have some of the greatest restaurants. We have absolutely, as you mentioned, the finest beaches. I sometimes think that we just don't do a good enough job singing our own song.
You're absolutely correct, Dave. We do not advertise and promote our state of Rhode Island as well as we should be doing.
And again, it's called the Ocean State for a reason. We have 400 miles of oceanfront beaches here in our state. And again, I don't think we sometimes get the credit for being such a terrific community.
And we don't. And one thing that I will give Governor Chafee credit for is he's going after getting the America's Cup back. And I think that was one of the things. It started here, and I think we should bring it back to its roots.
That was a step in the right direction. Representative Phillips, thank you so much for talking with us today. My best to you and your colleagues in the Rhode Island House.
Thank you, David. I'll talk to you later.
And again, we couldn't do it without you. Thank you for watching. My name is Dave Barber. You're watching Capitol Spotlight.